You know,
Okay.
there is a community, like, I don't know how to call them. It's a group by those who taking care of migrants in
So they
illegal.
were the ones responsible for
Yeah,
you
for
guys.
it. Yeah,
So then you were told you have to go to school.
yeah.
You
If
have to
I,
learn Italian.
yeah,
And so you started from the ABC,
yeah,
you
like,
know, that
yeah,
kind of.
everything from the ground. What's your name? Where you from? How old are you? And
At that time, what language did you speak, Pula? You just spoke Pula and Wolof at the time?
no, in the journey, I speak also.
Before, yes, and the journey, yes.
I start to speak even Nigerians,
Right.
Nigerian, Libyan, whatever comes in my mind, because you get
Wow.
into touch so many people.
Right.
So, but communication was not a big problem. My problem in the journey was to survive. But I was in Italy, and I have to take now one journey. And for me, my journey was not to go into Germany or Switzerland. Or I see my destination. is in Italy. Then I keep myself to learn the language. Start to learn the language. I was very fast.
Was it fast for you?
For me, yes,
Yeah.
but it's very difficult language.
Yeah. Your journey is like a movie,
Yeah,
to be honest. You know, like this could be acted, because there's a lot of that component that is happening already to others. Because for you, you didn't choose this journey. It was kind of like imposed
yeah,
on you and many other young people that you have never seen again after this journey. I assume that's the case.
yeah.
200 that left with you from Gambia to going. You haven't seen them again
No,
after coming back to Gambia or even being in Europe. But from this entire situation, you just transformed it to something positive.
yes,
You were able to get out of this and say, I can survive not only speaking the language, but also I can make something out of myself being in this country. Now you're a designer.
yeah.
Please, you have to tell us, how did this happen?
First of all, I wanted to know what is Italy, what is the country that I live. I was not in a hurry, but I was easy. So I tried to learn the language. After there is what they call, I did a terza media. I don't know how to say it in English because I never go to school in English. So we have terza media, B1 B2. So I did all those things. I start to speak the language. I have friends, so I try to have new life. Now in Italy, there's a process. There was a process. Now you learn this and you bring good things in the table. So you have to find a way that to build something else, because in the camp, when your internship, I don't know how to call it,
Yeah, internship.
internship finish, you have to left.
Okay.
In that period, they help you to speak the language and to do some courses and to find for you to the time that you wait for document.
So when you're in, some people think that when you're in Italy, you don't have the opportunity to learn, right? And you're saying that actually when you're in the camp, you are encouraged to learn.
Yeah.
You are encouraged to be a good citizen
Yes.
of the country.
Yeah. They give you guidelines. After those guidelines, I follow all the guidelines that I have. For me, I was not waiting. They get paid for my school. They get paid for my everything. Even my food and everything. So I have only destination to achieve something. Then I was anger that I want to achieve something. And they say, okay, so Ismail, listen, you have a chance to study something else. What do you want to do, mechanic, or you want to go on with the school, or you have a doc, whatever. So I said, for me, what I only know, I know the fashion industry, tailor shop. I just say, oh, nice. You know, the country here, Italy is one of the most famous country about fashion. Is the capital of fashion industry. So maybe we can bring it to the tailor shop. I said, oh, nice. I love it. Then I start to go to the tailor shops. And I remember once I went to a shop, they said to me, first of all, you have to do, here you have to iron. Then I said, no, I know how to sew. They said, no, you don't know, you can't touch anything here unless you just have to iron. But when I take this thing to iron, it's like I was in Serkunda. And
when you were what, 10,
Service 8, yeah.
14?
I did very good job. I bring the blouse to this boss. Then he said, "How did you know to do this?" I said, "No, I know it." Then he said, "Oh, okay. So next step, we go behind the machine, but you just have to fix the
The needle, maybe.
the needle, yeah, to fix the needle." I said, "I know how to sew." He said, "No, they're off the machine." They said, "You just have to fix 3 times." I did it quickly. Then he said, "How did you know it?" I said, "Yeah, because I know it." They said, "Again, I do it." And she was really impressed that knowing that I can do this without going to school, because in Europe everything has to be
right.
scheduled, and but for me I was more into to doing it, because how I learned those things is to doing it, not on school. She wrote a letter to the camp, said, "Ismaila, he's not a tailor, he's a designer. If you guys can help him more, he can maybe be a better somebody in this fashion industry." The letter came to the camp. They called me. They say, "Oh, you get a good note from the tailor, but you will always have like stars, 3 times in a week." And then they say, "Okay, so what else you want? You have 2 things that you can might take: the driving license and also going to the school." I said, "I want both of them." He said, "No, the driving license, you only have 1 year in Italy. You can't do that, because even Italians spend almost 3 or 4 times to get it, because you can't speak the language." I said, "No, I go for it, as long as I'm here." And then they said, "Okay, if you think you can do it, we go on." Then I go to do the driving license. I start to go also another courses. But I was really lucky. I wouldn't say it's my power.
Right.
By God, I did the driving license after 1 year in Italy. And when I did the driving license, the one who gave me what they call foglio rosso, which is like, okay, you passed the theory. He came out, he said, "I want to see you." He said to me, "I saw your document, You are here only for 1 year, some months. And the last time we had somebody took the driving license without Italian, it's been 5 years ago. And that guy spent here 10 years. So for us, it's something amazing to see somebody 1 year get a driving license."
Wow.
And the whole crew, I was only African. I was the first theory that was everybody doesn't have. I was the only one pass. I passed the exam because I want to do it. And I know if I get a driving license, I can get into many places. The next option is to go to school now, real school, not stars. I said, "Yeah, I'm down. I want to go." They bring me to one of the biggest schools in the world. It's called NABA, to study fashion designer and stylist and everything about fashion.
Nice.
And I was really honored and glad that I've been into that school, and where I meet myself, that I can be something. Then I start to realize that my journey, it has become a successful after when I go to that school, because I see so many people that was son of millionaires, and some people
In that school.
In that school. But I was the only immigrant who was there paid by the government. But I was better than them for many things. In that time, I even feel a little bit ashamed of to say that I'm an immigrant. But
why did you felt that, felt ashamed?
Yeah, because I didn't know exactly who I am.
Because you still you know that you were ready.
Yes.
For this journey. You know that you will fight to get to that destination. You know that you are capable as a designer.
I'm very good in learning by seeing, by touching things. I can imitate even people, because sometimes I can act like a comedian because I'm good on those things. So I have body language, which is like is a gift for me since when I was kid. All those things in Italy, and I have the chance to develop those things because I have a space.
In that school that they took you to?
Yes.
Afterwards?
Yeah.
How long were you there for?
That was say 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months.
And every week I have 12 hours to study.
Okay. So you were just doing schooling, no work at the time?
No.
It was just school?
School, driving license, and also try to get more into the country. And I did 2 diploma, fashion design and stylist. And also they say, okay, so I think Ismaila, you come back with a very good notes, you know.
Okay.
So we think.
And this is the camp?
Yeah, from the camp. And there was even organizer something that I can talk about my journey because for them it was good that they invest on me, that I come out with something. And they were so proud of me. And I even, that time they keep me as a friend. So whenever they need something, I speak good Italian, and they will say, okay, Ismaila, we would like to have you as, you know, those who translate in the camp.
Right.
And I said to me,
so you were that good with
the company, SPRA, have good friends there. So I said, yes, I can do it. And that was, I remember that was during the Ramadan. You know, we Muslim, we fast. So in the camp, some of them, you give them food in the night to keep fast. And they asked me.
So were there many Muslims in the camp? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 50-50. Okay.
So
I said to myself, I want to do it to know exactly how it feels. Because when I was in the camp, I belongs to them, but now I'm outside. I still live camp, but different than the other camp.
It's a different level.
Yeah, like I was in an apartment.
Got it.
So the camp, I have to go to walk to the camp and go study. I do three things in one time. I took it just to learn what is the inside of being in that position. And it's the first time I feel racist. It was that camp. I went to, I remember I went to work first day, second day, and the next day I came to work. I had, normally when they want to eat something, you have to bring 1 cup of coffee and bread and give it to each person, you know. So I went inside, I took 2 bottles of milk, 2 bread. I was going outside. So I met with one man who I have to give my duty. So I have to go out, he comes in. Then he was late. I said, okay, so let me just continue my job. Whenever I come, I go out. When he saw me, he said to me, no, you should not take 2. I said, he even gave me a chance to talk. Then he pushed me, insulted me very seriously.
And this is Italian?
No, it was Arabic.
So you just came from the... yeah, okay.
I was
and this person was from where?
It's from Morocco.
Okay.
Yeah, he insulted me very seriously. And they tried to tell him, listen, he also work here. But he doesn't want to listen because he generalized.
He thought that you're like just a camp guy.
Yeah.
From Africa.
Yeah.
Black person.
Have the same.
And for him, he had the same privilege that you had, where you're all working there.
He didn't know that I worked there.
Was he from Italy too, or was he like one of those guys that just were privileged?
I was the one who supposed to give food to the other people. So he came to job. He didn't know that he's gonna meet a black person who's working there. He thought that he come see another Italian, so that have to give a duty. So for me, I was inside the office. We'd be coming out with a bottle of milk. He think I stole the milk.
Wow.
So he generalized, you guys are like this.
Wow.
So you guys, he throw the word of racist.
Wow.
Then I said to myself, no. I didn't talk. Then the boys surrounded me, said, listen, he work here as like you do. He's not like us. We are here waiting for food. Can you please think of what you're saying? Because now you create a tension. Then he said, no, he doesn't work here. I said, yeah. After him is you. So it's your time, you were late, and then he keep us to give him food until when you come. Then I called my boss. I said to him the situation, and I said, I don't want to work anymore here. I decided to go out because if you guys really continue to bring people like this. They doesn't respect black people. So how could you guys think that we're gonna go outside and feel ease after you bring people that doesn't like us inside? So that was not comfortable.
Think about that. You also realize that there are people inside of the camp
Yes.
that are black people like you, and they're being served by this Moroccan guy who's African like you,
Yeah.
right? And it's not even Italian who's
Yeah.
showing you racism.
Yeah.
It's actually someone your kind
Yeah.
from Africa
Yeah.
showing you racism just because they're lighter than you.
Yeah.
You know, and they show that to you. Imagine the rest of them, what they feel.
That's why I stopped working there, and I pursue my dream to become a better person, that maybe one day I could change those things.
Let's talk about you now. Let's talk about from that experience until this Ismaila Jallow that we see here today. And the reason Ismaila Jallow is actually here. At some point I forgot that I'm interviewing Ismaila Jallow here. I felt like I got into the scene of everything, your journey and what you went through. And thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, the Ismaila Jallow start from the school. That when I was in the school, I get so many credit and meeting many people inside. And I was introduced by a designer which called Adi van den Kromenaka, and he's a Dutch royal designer.
Inside the school?
Yeah, by a friend. So who knows us as one of our friends was working as a teacher. He called me and said, listen, I have a Dutch designer come to the country here, Italy, but he's from Holland. He comes 2 days in a week, he go back. Maybe after your stars or internship for the school, you can work with him. I said, oh, nice. Then I was excited because in that time I was looking for a job. But I think I have the driving license and I speak good Italian, but only thing I want to do is the fashion industry. I don't want to do anything. Then I get a chance that I'm going to introduce by somebody who have a shop. So I was excited. And when I get introduced to this person, I didn't know what he was famous or whatever. I just know normal. For me, I take everything normal level, you know.
Right.
So every week he comes, we go to buy materials, we talk a lot, and he said, oh, you know about this? I said, yes. We go to the materials, we do many things. In that time, I also try to study more about the fashion industry. But when he talk about fashion, I said, yeah, that's old. But in fact, because of those stories that I get from him, I'm still using it. So I get grown up by listening to his voice, and also he bring me to many places in Italy. Every corner in Italy, he knows that he does the industry for 30 years. So
he became your mentor?
Yeah, mentor, then I focus on that. Although I didn't get salary from him, because I remember I get 25 euro per week. So for me, my destination was not the money. It was the
I'm sorry, when you get 25 euro per week, I didn't even ask you. You know how I mentioned that many will go and then they'll forget their dreams? Did you get calls from family saying, hey, going to the pension money?
Yeah, that's what, yeah. But for me, I was glad I didn't have a WhatsApp. So there was no...
So you decided not to have WhatsApp at all?
Just to...
Even though WhatsApp was available?
Yeah, but if I want to call, I look somebody, can I please call my family? I call. But because I was more into myself, I know the journey, how it is. During that time, I get a call from the camp that was a course coming from Roberto Cavalli. So they say, Ismail, do you want to participate? I said, yes, of course, I want. Then I was also called by them. I talked to the designer, listen, I have to do something with this. He said to me, yeah, good, because for me, if you know more about the fashion industry, it helped me. And with him, he find a new journey to me, because I think we met, he was a little bit like this. So together, we can push like this. So I was more open to learn, he was more open to teach. So we go like...
to teach because you were open to learn.
Yeah. So we push like that. I was a great help for him. I started to go to that course for Roberto Cavalli. I went to Marangoni, and also the biggest school in university in Italy, and we was like, I think 100 people that we supposed to be working for Roberto Cavalli as an art creative directors. So I was picked from those people, also 10 people. We went to Florence to do stars from Florence. We did that, and I was sponsored by them that I can be working to Roberto Cavalli. When during that journey, I was also working for the designer. I came back after the stars from Roberto Cavalli, and they sent us letter that I could get a hire from them. That was so big news for the camp. Excited that Ismaila can work.
And this is the same camp that have been supporting you.
Yeah.
So you have been still in connection with the camp.
Yeah.
You are like the ambassador of the camp now.
I didn't want to move. I know all of them. I took them as a first family.
Yeah, of course.
So I know all of them, and they said to me, Ismaila, so we get a chance, you can work for this company, you get everything, and I start to. Motivation was nice that you get a job and you think of you get a document.
And this is for how long have you been in Italy at this time?
At that time I had 6, 7.
It was already 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
Where you're still building. You're still building.
Yeah,
yourself.
2019.
When did Youlty came?
Yeah, we come into Youlty. That's,
yeah.
Youlty is behind these things. When I talked to when I was supposed to go to work for Cavalli, and then I have to decide, or I take a contract, work, or I decide myself. So I was talking to the designer to advise, what do I have to do?
Your mentor?
Yeah, that I have to go to Roberto Cavalli or to work with him. I think because I have any contract with him, I couldn't get document with him, I couldn't get anything, I don't get paid, but I get knowledge. Right. But if I go to Cavalli, I get everything, document, money, house, everything sorted out. But I said no. I choose the difficult journey that I want to be myself.
Wow.
And that time I talked to the designer.
And that was a big opportunity.
Yeah. Everybody.
But you just decided.
No, I said if I also go to that place, I'm still stuck because I now want to see more and do more.
Right.
I have the feeling that I can be something else than employee. And then I talked to the designer. I said, yeah. We said, okay, so then I said to him, we have to come out with a collection.
Together.
Together. So there is no use that I leave this opportunity then without you, end of nothing again. And we said, okay, so we start to build a collection. And we start to study what is this, and I come with my ideas with him. We go, because he been a very great help, and that's this today out of Africa. And we start to give him ideas. He is more romantic, more flowers. You know, he's from the Netherlands, and it's very nice dresses. He dress princess and things. But for me, I'm more Africanist. I like the. Then he said, okay, so we have to combine those things, and we work together. And I inspired him a lot, and we did the collection. And in that period, one of his best friend died, and she was also a big artist from the Netherlands. And he said to me, Youlty, I think we have an opportunity to launch the collection because my friend died.
How did Youlty name came? Because Youlty, correct me if I'm wrong, is a fuller.
Yeah.
It's a fuller name.
Yeah, right? Youlty. That time I called myself Youlty, but there was no brand. I started to call myself Youlty as a survivor.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that.
As a survivor?
Yeah.
Like you mean even when you were in Libya?
Nah.
After Libya?
After Libya, when I could get into Italy, when people ask me, what's your name? I said, my name is Youlty.
Interesting.
Also, Youlty. Some people doesn't know how to pronounce it. They say, Youlty. I say, Youlty. So, the name comes, even the designer said, he's the only one can pronounce exactly my name because we...
From the first day?
Yeah. He always said Youlty. And when he listened to his voice, because he knows me as a Youlty. He never called me Ismaila Jallow. So Youlty goes from there, but it was not a brand. But he said, what does Youlty mean? I said, in Fula, it means mi yultu. Jokkalang ha mi yulta. So somebody who escaped from many things. If you call me Youlty, I know where I come from. But if you call me Ismaila Jallow, I said, Ismaila Jallow says many Ismaila Jallow.
Yeah, because Ismaila Jallow was Ismaila Jallow.
Yeah.
But when you say Youlty, as Fula say mi yultike, me, you know, like
Mi yultu.
mi yultu. Like it's almost like me yultu, I survived.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. By grace of God.
By grace of God. With the story of Mr. Adi and yourself, and how he just inspired, mentored you, you know, guided you throughout your entire journey. But also because you let him,
Yeah.
you know. I don't think it would have been easy for him to be able to teach you without you letting him teach you and you being used to being the apprentice. But also just, you know, taking who you are, remembering that person in Italy. You know, so I think that's really inspiring to know that this, and he was willing to do that. Because not many people are willing to transfer talent and knowledge to others.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely.
Yeah, for me, Adi, he like I always said, Adi is one of somebody that who give me the way of present me the world. But I always thank myself first, then I thank him, because I was the one who was there, want to see the world.
Yeah.
That's why I get presented to the world. And for sure, this collection that today I'm wearing is because of out of Africa. And for me, it was a quiet journey after all these things. I registered my brand in Italy, have a website, and I sold my clothes with my name. Then I focused on my brand, so I worked just to establish my business in Italy. And it was it's a dream coming true.
Right.
I get employed people from my brand that work for me. So I just focus
Are they
on.
there now?
Yeah, I still get people. That's why sometimes I said I never go to school, but those who go to school also working for me. So it's something. It's a gift.
Right.
I'm so proud of that.
That is wonderful. And now, like all over Europe, you have been your brand is like touching places in Europe.
Yeah, even in the US, I sold also US. So, and my brand is really something that I only sell people who knows my story. So that's why it's not a limit. I call it a limit edition, but
Yes.
I limit by knowing my story. I want people, whenever they put on my things, that they feel the anger, the softness, and the thing that why this thing happened. It's not a brand you just write your name and sell it. It's a story. You have to feel something on you. And my website, I don't sell online.
You don't?
My
How
website,
do you sell?
you contact me directly, and then you have to meet me. We have to discuss. Then I tell you, ask you what you really. Why do you want to buy my clothes?
Well, what if I'm not here? What if I'm in the US and I want to get your
You
stuff?
can have a Zoom call. It's easy.
That's really beautiful, honestly. And you know, from that Youlty brand, now it's here. I mean, it has been there, right? But then now Gambia. You just decided last year, based on our conversation, that it took you 3 years to decide on coming to Gambia and to also decide on the name, which name you're going to name this event fashion that you're going to have in Gambia, because you decided, I have to do it, my own home, that's where I'm going to do it. Why Gambia?
Because I think everything starts here. And I travel a lot with Adivan and Kroman. Like I've been to many countries, almost 100 and something countries. So every place I go, I see the people that live in that country build something there. So my inspiration is from that. Like I think, okay, if I want to build something, although now I'm Italian, but I come from Africa.
Right.
So I always say, I'm Gambian. So I wouldn't say I'm Italian. I live there. I love the culture. It's one of the most country that I can easily say I'm Italian, but I think that Gambia is my homeland. And the way I was living in Gambia, and a young boy who was doing apparently in all those small tailor shops that are still now in the country. And for me to help those people, not to give them $100 or $1,000, but to build a platform that where they can see themselves, that tomorrow they won't be through the journey that I through passed by to go in the same thing, that long journey to come be where I am. I want them to sit next to me without doing all those.
No, you wanna cut their journeys short.
Yeah.
For them, I'm saying the expensive journey.
Yeah.
The difficult journey.
Yeah.
Where you have to face enslavement.
Yeah.
Trafficking.
Yeah.
And everything you had to see, psychologically being traumatized.
Yeah.
And now just
To become a designer.
Tell us about the fashion and also the name.
Yeah.
I know the name, but just
yeah. The name is Gambia International Fashion Week, GIFW. I name it by give the Gambian name because of I love Gambia and want every Gambian to be part of the event. I could have called it Ismaila Jallow or Youlty or whatever, but I know me, myself, as I have to participate inside Gambia International Fashion as a designer.
So it's a country's event.
Yeah, it's for the country.
It's for the country.
This is where I want to give back the country, and I always want to stick to my country, and that people recognize Gambia is not an island where you just have to come and have a holiday, but it's a country. So we to come and invest. We have fashion, we have many culture in the country. So in this,
we have designers. Like
yeah, we have designers. We have models.
Right.
We have influencers that we can be internationally,
Right.
So for me, I think to build something here is way easier than to build something in Europe. It's not because I can build it, because now in Europe I'm not famous, but they recognize me with my good work, not bad work, but with my good, they recognize me.
Gambia International Fashion Week. You did it last year and it was very successful.
Yeah.
And now this year you're doing it again.
Yes.
And it's going to be November 16th.
Yeah.
And this time you have about 20 designers plus models coming from Europe. And this is all over, including London, right, to attend the event.
Yeah.
And you're hiring models, like about what, 100?
Yeah, I have a casting call, and what I saw in the casting. For me, I was shocked, and I was people from Dakar to Gambia, and in Ziguinchor, Casamance, coming just to be in the platform. I was so excited to see this, that I'm going to the right track, because I want to involve these young people, young Gambians, and they was there waiting to get selected to be part of the event. And for me, it was something that I think, yeah, I'm in the right track. I want to involve young people. I want to involve those who want to be in the fashion industry to believe what I bring back. Because it's not easy to bring back something home and nobody listen to you.
Right. Now, these young girls or boys that you're bringing in to be in that fashion, you are creating a bridge for them to be able to pass through by bringing international designers and models to come and participate, but also to see them. Now, anyone that stands out, your job is to train them, get them ready, and get them prepared, and be internationally, like have that international stand, right? And maybe have the opportunity. Yeah. Now it's up to them to be able to take that opportunity.
Yeah. And I see this year, I even get West Africa
to participate as designers,
yeah.
Right?
I get Nigeria, Togo, Mali. So for me, I was like, wow. So it's not only Gambia, but also Africa is coming. So very soon it's going to be more than what I was thinking.
And this is an event that every person should attend. Not only that, we need to get sponsors to support this event as well. Even though you're like, I'm not worrying about waiting for sponsors to make it happen. But we need them to be able to make sure that this event continues to go on. But to also support these young people who are going to be part of the show.
Yeah, I want to talk about that bit because, like you said, I didn't wait for sponsors. It's just because of I studied the event. I think if people want to sponsor me or come in, but they need to see what I do. So that's why I came first to say, hey, this is what I want. But as you mentioned that I need a support.
Right.
Otherwise, no matter how much I want to help this country,
Right.
that's why the biggest story I hear in Gambia, yeah, they just come, they do one event, they go back, they never come back.
Right.
But why they come, they do, they never come back, is because they don't have no support. If we support each other, let's say 5 years, only the fashion industry will change the country. Because fashion is not about tabaxi and korite.
I think this is where you come in. You can be the bridge for that, as they have been the bridge for you in Europe. So, langandi damari bito, Fatima.
Yes,
Fatima Jallow.
Fatima Jallow, yeah.
So Fatima Jallow Kotokorang, she's my namesake, and I know that you speak Fula to her.
Yeah.
You know, you leaving from here 1 year later, not even knowing where you were trying to survive, getting to Italy, becoming an Italian, and even when you speak, your accent, you sound Italian, you know. But then again, they need to know that the hala pular.
Yeah.
Ida wai pular, ida hai joni pular mango no labi poya sikai ko neba hai uralo.
No, Andy, then you ndiang aketala wol. So ming komi pullo. Si tayo woni mi akiti lady andi. Haka mi wa ya deo. I always come back where I come from.
Definitely, yeah.
And name Fatima, my daughter, when she born during the COVID. She born during the COVID. And that time I had a very difficult time. It was a really difficult time. I was going in a lot of things, and I came to like this. You know, everything was going down. I was like, okay, what is going to happen now if I break down? So what do I have to have right now? And it came Fatima. And Fatima came in that time. I look at my daughter, I said, okay, so let's go on. I think another journey start, Fatima. I keep myself strong with my daughter. Since I speak only Fula to her. And now I realize that, can you imagine that since she born, she only hear me talking Fula. And the mom, she's Colombian. And she speak Italian, Spanish. And only Fula to her. So Fatima, she can switch language in 30 seconds. She look at me, she speak Fula. She turn around, Spanish. And she only have 2 years.
3 years?
3 years, yeah.
Amazing.
So for me, it's something that I think I did a great job.
Yes.
And that inspired me, is because of in Italy, there are so many families which they born in the country, they only speak Italian. And normally even the parents can't speak good Italian, and you hear the daughter say, no, dad, non si parla così, si dice così. But even the kids try to teach the mother.
Yes.
So for me, I think I don't want to go into that level. I want to speak my language to my daughter. Even the Italians sometimes try to speak to her in Fula. Achu, ar. She look at you, she laugh. She, you're not a Fula. So she don't listen.
Right.
But for me, my voice, she recognize that, okay, this is that.
This is the real Fula.
Yeah.
That is the real Fula.
That's why I speak always.
It's very similar to, well, Italy is Europe. America is also the West. So in the US, similar, the same story. So you have many families, almost every family is English. And then you have some parents, like the African parents that don't speak proper English, but then all their kids speak English. And then they will hear Fula or any other language, they will understand it. But then they will not be able to speak it, but they understand it. So I think if we can all be able to like be inspired by you and speak Fula to our children, they will be able to like, speak it in wherever they are.
Yeah, I always sometimes the mom say, you are saying things she doesn't understand. I say, no, one day she will understand. Just say
And now she does.
Now she does,
Now she does. I would like to meet Fatima. Fatima is my namesake.
If you call her now on video call, she was first to say, Baba Jarama. Honuwata.
3-year-old. And 3-year-old man, I'm sure she's very proud of you.
Yeah.
But really, Ismaila, this is a great interview.
So
we could stay here all day to talk about your story and to talk about your journey. But something for sure, we have this show coming up. Gambia International Fashion Week, you have to be there. It's on the 16th of November.
Yes.
And we are expecting many personalities to grace this event, including international designers and regional designers, models that will be part of this event. And this is an exposure to for Gambia. It's also an exposure for every designer that will be participating. Gambian designers, models, because there are many models that don't have the opportunity. So any last words for the young person that's looking at you right now, that's thinking, hey, I want to be like him?
And patience, discipline, and focus. If you have these three things, not even me, but you can go far away from this place. Because that's the three things that I learned from outside.
What is again number one?
Patience.
Patience. Number
Discipline.
two, discipline.
Focus.
The discipline has to do with if you select something to do, this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
Keep on going.
Yeah.
You
Focus.
cannot deviate from it. Another thing too, what would you like to say for those that want to go through the illegal migration?
Yeah, that question is always critical because they always say, yeah, mom, dafa dem mota munyum wali.
Right.
But the point is, we need support. This is the biggest issue we have in this country. We need support. If we give them support and help, for sure no one will look at the journey, what is happening every day on the TV, then you put yourself there to go into Europe. But if there is no hope, as a young man, you don't see your destination in a country, then you come might be end of my story.
Thank you, Ismaila Jallow, for coming to Aray Foteng and to giving us an insight of your story. We look forward to the November 16 event, and thank you very much for also inspiring. You inspired me today, and I'm sure you're going to be inspiring many people. And I would like to say this: if we can create more and invest more in talents, invest more in skills, and invest more in theoretical education, I believe that the youth will have a chance. Because at the end of the day, it's not all about the education where you sit on the desk, but then the education where you understand that you have the capacity. And let's invest more in also culture, because that is what we have, that is what we know. Ismaila Jallow was able to go and then come back to this country because of your culture, because you had a strong foundation, because of your Islamic education, but also because you had a foundation at 14 years old, growing up and then saying that, hey, I am going, I don't know where I'm going, I have to leave this country because I'm forced to leave this country because of the political issues at the time. But then you came back after that. If we can all come back as Ismaila did, as I did, and others did, we can invest in this country and we will be able to create platforms for the youth. But not only that, build bridges and be able to showcase their talents in the right way. Thank you so much for watching Aray Foteng. See you next time.